They've realized their mistakes and it's made them better people, and that they have to pursue what they have because they have something very genuine. And I'm just sitting there like, Calvin, you really gonna let Moira confuse you? Really? Okay. Okay.
No do, Maya, no,
Hey everyone, I'm your host Mayoko, and today I am back with another recap / opinion related video on Love Island USA Season 2, Episode 28. Let's get straight into it, you guys. I'm pumped. This is my 4th video in a row. Y'all can't tell me nothing, okay? Let's get straight into it. The episode started off with that proposal, Johnny asking Sally to be his girlfriend. So he asks her, and obviously Sally says yes. This thing lasted 10 minutes, which was very unnecessary. Honestly, it should have been a 2-minute thing. But of course, they had to like prolong it and make it so long, so unnecessarily long. But Sally did say yes, and Sally was like, oh, are you crying? Apparently Johnny was crying, but I saw sweat. But I digress. I don't know. People were seeing tears. I saw sweat. I don't even know if he was really crying, but Sally was there wiping his face. I'm like, sis, you're literally wiping sweat. Those are not tears, but go ahead. Right after the proposal, we got some Jaleb screen time. Finally, hallelujah. More than usual this episode, which was beautiful to see. But Justine pulls Caleb for a chat, and she's telling him how she is self-sabotaging her relationship to guide her heart because she's been hurt before and she doesn't want to be put in that same predicament. And Caleb is really understanding per usual. I told you guys, like, their communication is A1. We all wish to have that kind of communication. We should all pray to have that kind of communication because their communication skills are amazing. And Caleb is saying how he understands she's been hurt before, and he kind of realized she's been holding back a lot. And she's like, yeah, I've been hurt, but I can tell that you're going to be the good one for me. And Caleb reassures her and tells her that he's here for her and she needs to start opening up more so he can actually fully get to know her. And she says that she feels the most comfortable with him, and she's realized that she needs to stop it because she's gonna hurt herself in the long run, because she can tell that Caleb really wants her, and then Caleb is really treating her like the queen she should be treated as, okay? And we love to see it. One thing I didn't like about what Caleb did in this episode was when he was comparing his relationship with Justine to Sally's and Johnny's, and he was like, well, one day we'll be on the level that Sally and Johnny are on. So I'm guessing he was referring to the boyfriend-girlfriend status, but I didn't like that, because don't compare yourself to them, because that couple, there's a lot wrong with that couple. So don't even compare. Don't even Caleb, don't even try, okay? Don't. Let's move on to Carrington and Logan. Homeboy is still contemplating his relationship with Laurel, and he's saying how Logan hit a home run with him and he's not too sure about Laurel anymore, and he's really turning heads, and he finds a deeper connection with Logan. And Sally actually tells him that she sees that there's a better bond between him and Logan. And that's really interesting, because why is Sally putting her mouth in this? I feel like Sally loves to stir the pot. She looks like the type of person who is so kind, but she will stir the pot to make herself like laugh or something, which is a good thing and a bad thing, honestly. And then we have Calvin and Moira. Y'all, there's a relationship now, or some kind of bond going on with both of them, and it's very mutual. Calvin and Moira were talking, and they were saying how, you know, they had to go apart to come back together, and they've realized their mistakes and it's made them better people, and that they have to pursue what they have because they have something very genuine. And I'm just sitting there like, Calvin, you really gonna let Moira confuse you? Really? Okay. But I was looking at Moira like, wow, Moira, like, do you even like Calvin? Stop lying. Moira just trying to stay in the game. But hey, I guess you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, everyone's acting fake in that villa, so I guess Moira's joined the party. Okay, she's joined the party, and I don't even know if I can be mad at her, because what else is she going to do? She doesn't want to leave, so she's clearly going to make it seem like she's catching feelings for Calvin, even though we all know she's not. So guys, this was the challenge for the episode. It was like this building worker challenge. The guys basically had to go and act like they're construction workers and impress the girls and pick a girl, kiss her, you know, all that jazz. So the most shocking thing happened. Carrington picked Lincoln to kiss. And my poor sis Laurel was just there looking like, wow. She started crying and Kristin was consoling her. Honestly, Kristin is such a sweetheart because if you guys remember, Laurel stole Carrington from Kristin, but Kristin is the one consoling her. And Kristin, honestly, she was telling Laurel that this is deja vu to her because it happened to her. So she knows what Laurel is going through and she actually feels bad. But at the back of my head, I just can't stop thinking that Kristin is kind of like, bitch, good for you. I don't know why I feel like that's what Kristin is saying at the back of her head, because I'm just looking at how Kristin feels so sorry for Laurel, and I'm like, wow, Kristin really went through this. And if Lincoln has sense, she better realize that this is a pattern and she needs to run away from Carrington, because Carrington will leave you as soon as he sees somebody new. Like that's the pattern we've seen so far with Carrington. So Lincoln better get it together and kind of realize what's going on with her, especially if she's trying to pursue this relationship outside the villa. She better realize that Carrington will turn heads at any opportunity he has. So back to what I was saying, when Carrington picked Lincoln to kiss, Laurel was like, oh, I knew it. And she was sad. She was crying. She was like, I knew it. And then I was just in my head like, how did you know? How did you know? But I'm guessing it was her gut feeling, which most people have. And she just knew Carrington was going to pick Lincoln, so she starts crying. And then Bennett picks Laurel instead of Kristin. So Bennett kisses Laurel, but he's coupled up with Kristin, and he was talking about how him and Kristin were doing good and everything, which was, the whole game was just messy, okay? The challenge was messy. It was a messy challenge. Bennett kisses Laurel, and at first I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. You know, he kissed Laurel so that, you know, she wouldn't feel too bad and sad that Carrington kissed somebody else. But no. After the challenge, the boys asked Bennett why he kissed Laurel, and he was like, oh, I kissed her to make Kristin jealous because Kristin and I haven't been communicating as we should, and I feel like she's drifting away. I'm like, so you kissed another girl because you wanted to make the girl you're coupled up with jealous. But what if Laurel started catching feelings for you because you kissed her, so screw her feelings? Do you guys know what I mean? Like, how would you say you picked Laurel because you wanted Kristin to be jealous? Anyway, Kristin was not jealous. In fact, Kristin was telling the girls how she's actually relieved that Bennett didn't pick her because she doesn't see a connection there, and she's not in the house, or she's not in the villa to play games. She's in the villa to find love. So she doesn't even like Bennett. So she was kind of relieved he didn't pick her for the kiss. And I was like, damn, Kristin, like, wow, you didn't even have to say all of that. You could have just been like, you could have just said you're mad. But no, Kristin was like, I am mad. I don't even like him anyway, so he can do what he wants. And I was like, Kristin, poor girl. Like, Kristin has been through it in that villa. So I feel so bad for her, but Kristin doesn't care. She doesn't want Bennett anymore, so that's that. Later on in the episode, Laurel and Carrington go for a chat, and he's telling her how he's interested in getting to know Lincoln, and he sees a deep connection with her, and he's never opened up to anyone like that before in the villa. So he's definitely interested in getting to know her, and he feels like there's a deep bond between them. And Laurel loses it. Laurel starts crying. She's like, okay, stop there. Stop talking. And I feel her, because I don't want to know what you have going on with Lincoln, especially when you were coupled up with me. And apparently, Carrington never told Laurel he was interested in getting to know Lincoln. So that was kind of like a blow in her face. Carrington is just so rude. And y'all, Carrington has $1 million in his funds. He has... Homeboy is rich, or homeboy, I don't know what he's doing in that villa, but it's not to win the money. He does not care. Okay? Carrington does not care about the money. That's the last thing on homeboy's mind. Or he probably doesn't care about the money because he knows he's not going to get it. And so he's like, let me test all my options in this villa, because he knows he's not winning. So maybe that's what Carrington has on his mind. Carrington switches. He does not care. He really doesn't. But I feel like that's very good for him, because he doesn't lead anyone on. The thing is, if you think about it, all the girls he's been with So what, Kirsten and Laurel, they caught feelings faster than he did, if you think about it. And he's been very brutally honest to them. He just never continued with the relationship. But with Laurel, how did he tell Laken he didn't see a spark between him and Laurel? I'm like, that's a damn lie, Carrington. Don't say that now. Like, I don't like how he's lying about that. Like, don't say you didn't have a spark with Laurel. That's a lie. And he tells Laken, he's like, yeah, I have a very strong spark with you, and I never had it for Laurel. I was like, why the fuck you lying? Like, why are you lying? But yeah, you guys, that's what happened in this episode. It was actually very interesting. A lot of crazy things happened. Like I said, the cast never ceases to amaze me. There's always something special with everyone in that villa. Everyone in that villa has something going on, like everyone. And that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, welcome. Join the crew. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when I talk about Love Island USA Season 2, Episode 29. Bye, guys.
No do, no do, no do, Maya, no girl.